Okay, I'm pulling out the power bar, putting another one in. Just snap it on there and take my blue ribbon, put it back in. That's where the nice little needle nose comes in, real good handy. A lot of times you pick them up pretty cheap. So we're getting there. We're getting everything undone. I'm not sure if it's going to work. That connector's rough. We're going to have to go in and maybe work on that connector a little bit, see if we can clean it up. But we're going to see it powered on, see what happens. So I'll pull this ribbon back. We're going to snap her together. And the buttons, the slides ripped off the top. That happens by not making sure your selector is all the way over, and your the switch is all the way over to connected to. Well, we got a working LCD now. See what happens. I'm on review, but our selector's broke, so I'm going to have to slide that selector somehow. And I get an error that says power camera on and off, but you might get that just by sliding that over. Up too far, now I'm on video mode. Up, well, oh man, I'm either too far. Oh, there we go. Hey, we took a picture, so that's a pretty good, more than I thought we were going to get. Well, since I'm that far, we can replace that board now with the broken switch, and we'll go over that here in a second. Okay, now we took a picture, so I'm going to go that far and say we got a camera I can do something with. But the switch up here is broke. We need to replace it. So we're going to remove this back board, and first we're going to do is take that for the backlight ribbon off. Then we're going to take our focus mechanism ribbon off. And now we need to take that holder back off we put on earlier for our memory card slot. And we're going to have to unhook our LCD. Pull it up. Now there's another ribbon that's connected to that back board. And it's right here. We need to pop that ribbon up. We're going to remove that ribbon, and we'll be able to put it back on then. You'll also need to disconnect the mic wire, which is right up here. I already had it disconnected from doing the power bar, and put it back in. So now I can pull the LCD off. There's a clip up here, clip down here, and I can remove this board now, and I have a replacement for it. Okay, I got my replacement board, which even has an LCD on it. Lay that in there. We need to hook it right where the USB goes into, and we need to hook that spot up there right here. Oh, there we go. Now we clipped all the way down. Okay, now what we got to do Kind of thought I was in there, but I'm not. I need to make sure, and I didn't, that this bottom ribbon, there's a channel right there. I wasn't in there, so now I got to reset it. Wants to pop out of there. And now we're down. Now what I do with this ribbon, this is a tough ribbon, and I just stick it in there. Try to make sure it's centered. And I push down with my fingernail and make sure it's down all the way. We don't want to tear the ribbon. We do want to make sure it's down. Now I can put my LCD ribbon in. And we're getting back together. Now I need to put my backlight. Now as you can see, I have a little switch here now. And I also need to hook up my focus mechanism. And now I'm back together, my board's replaced. Okay, now, like I said, pull that back. Now, I noticed something here just as I was putting this thing back together, and I really don't understand why this was done. So I'm going to take this back apart. My lens assembly stayed in the camera. Let's pull that back apart. Get you back where you're supposed to be. Now I noticed something when I was just happened to notice, looked down and noticed it. On this front cover, I don't understand why this was done, because the motor, the lens cut drive motor is disconnected. And what happened to notice when I was putting that back in, is that there's tape on here. So someone tried to do two methods. I'm not too sure why. There is a method of putting Scotch tape on this and cutting it out with an X-Acto knife, but you gotta be careful what you're doing. For one, you can ruin the ribbon, and you can also, if you don't cut it right, it may not function properly. So we removed that tape out of there. We're going to put it back together. I'm not real sure why they did both methods. Okay, let's see if we got a working camera. Well, we power on, that's a good sign. Lens comes out. We take a picture. So, I'm pretty sure this camera can be hacked and worked. Well, so I'm going to hack it and see how it turns out. But there's just a little bit of troubleshooting on some of the problems that you can find with hacks on a S40, and try to avoid them. That stiff wire is really bad idea. I just can't stress how much of a bad idea that is. And when I put this front cover back on, this is what I was saying, this little switch got broke. And I put that switch all the way to the left, and when I put this thing together, I want to put it on to view pictures. And I put this together, I'm not going to break that switch. I hope this helps somebody troubleshoot their camera, and how certain things with a hack can really cause a lot of headaches. Now, I did replace a lot of parts on this camera to make it work, but we got it working.